Hey everyone, I'm Chanel from Stamping Stilettos, and I am back with a craft with me video, and we are moving on with my custom made junk journal, and I need to do some pages today, so I thought I'd have an afternoon of crafting, and I thought you might like to join me. So I'm not sure what we're going to be doing completely. I have an idea on one of the pages, but you never know with junk journals. You see something, you think about something, and you kind of get carried away. So I need to move on with my pages, and I was looking through this earlier, and I wasn't happy with this page here, where I've put the lace on one side. It's a very flimsy page actually, and this lace is kind of, I don't know, it's not quite right, and you know the page is quite bare. So I have some of this burlap with lace kind of trim, so I thought I'd put that on there and carrying on with kind of like the sort of nature kind of theme. I had done a sort of project, or was trying something out with an envelope kind of pocket thing, which really didn't work out, but it gave me an idea on, you know, doing a page, a pocket tuck spots, should I say, sorry, get my words out. So even though this didn't work out, it kind of inspired me on something else. So what I need to do though as well is I have found a stamp set, which I need to go get, by the way, and I'm going to do some stamping on this page first, and maybe a little bit of stenciling. So let me just go and grab this stamp set and we'll come back and do that. Okay, so it was right here beside me. This is a stamp set that I just picked up quite cheaply, second hand, and I just thought it'd be great for my journal. So you know, just do corner stamps and, you know, stamps at the top. So I kind of like this one here. Now I'm a little bit worried about doing this because really I should have stamped my pages before I sewed it in. Now this is quite flat, so we should be quite lucky because there's not too much bulk underneath it. So let's hope and pray now. Fingers crossed, eh? Now I'm not sure about this ink pad that I have. Let me see, I can grab another one. I have about 4 stays on ink pads, but some of them are quite temperamental with certain stamps. So right, okay, now I'm a little bit nervous about doing this because if this goes wrong, then I'm going to have to cover it over. You know, really I would suggest that you do your stamping you know, before you put your signatures in. What I'm going to do is let me test this out first, just to see what I mean. That some of these photopolymer stamps are quite sticky, and I don't know if it's because they haven't been used for a while. Not sure, so let's go again. Good job I tested it out, because but then saying that, with junk journals, you know, things don't have to be perfect, and again it's sticking. I don't know why. So if anybody knows why some of these photopolymer stamps stick, let me know. Right, okay, I think that's going to be okay, because it doesn't have to be perfect, but let's hope and pray here. I'm really worried because okay, see, that turned out all right. Only just because it doesn't have to be you know, completely perfect in our journals anyway, so we got away with that. But I would suggest in future, that you don't do what I just did, because it is a bit nerve-wracking. So I'm going to put a piece of this down the side, like that, and then the corner. Oh, then you're not going to see much of that, are you? Don't know if that's going to work then, really, because you're covering up majority of that. Oh, see, I'm going to have to change my mind again, because I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Let's do this pocket first, and then we can decide on the lace once it's done, because I think then we can see it for what it is. So what you're going to need now, I have these lovely, gorgeous napkins, and you need to cut out a bit big enough. Now with these napkins in particular, they're kind of like knobbly round all around the edge, so you need to cut that bit off, because you know you can't really do this technique so much with the knobbly bits. Where you can, but it's not going to be very flat. So let's just cut these edges off, and then I can cut out a section. And I actually wanted, oh, I should have done this side first. Cut that off, and I kind of want this section here, so I'm just going to cut a piece big enough. It doesn't matter if you don't cut this perfect now, because you're going to trim up around the edge anyway, and you can save that for another project. Now this particular napkin is 3-ply, so you've got to get the top. Now this is the bit that might take me a little bit of time. Ooh. Now one always comes off easy, and then you've got to get this other one off. Oh, come on. See if I can. Oh. Always the way, never does it when you need to. Oh, come on. Oh, I got it. Oh, it's one of those things that it's just very frustrating when you can't do it. Now, somebody had said to me, put a little bit of tacky on your finger, but you need to put like the littlest bit. Let me see if this works. It probably is not going to, is it? No, it doesn't work. Right, I'm going to pause it and do this. Okay, so what I actually did was I just ripped the top bit of it, and I managed to, she says, get into the layer there, which it was a bit of a nightmare, if I'm honest. Okay, so that's that. Now what I'm going to do is get my Mod Podge, and we're just going to cover the front of this. Now you are going to have a bit of nubbles on it because I sewed this. So obviously where the sewing is, it's not going to be completely smooth. And then what I do is I just lay this as central as I can, and I just start from the middle. Now I find that you can't completely get every single wrinkle out. If you can, then you're good. But I find that actually it's not a word, Chanel, adds to your project anyway. So we're just going to give this a coat. So I have lots of wrinkles in it already. But I do find, like I said, that this adds to your project anyway. So you just need to coat this. And then you need to let it dry. Now I'm quite impatient, so I'm going to do mine with my oh dear goodness me, my words won't, my heat gun. So I'm going to do this and I will be back. Okay, so we've now dried that and stuck it to my table, so that's nice and dry. And then what you need to do now is to just go and trim the excess off without cutting your envelope, which is what I did on another project. So just be careful. Cutting your excess off. And I cut it right along an edge that needed to be joined, so it wasn't even like I cut the opening. So that is that. Now I just love the feel of this pocket, and you know what I've done? No, I've done it right. It just feels so lovely. Oh my gosh, I love Mod Podge. You can't beat it really. I use PVA on some projects, but to be honest with you, I much prefer Mod Podge to anything else. So that is that. Now I want to just distress the edges of this. And just make this look a little bit more aged. I don't want it completely covered, but I just think that that looks much better like that. Now we have to decide on a trim, I think, for this page, which I'm going to have that there. I definitely think that that needs something to cover that over. But I think that this would be wasted, if I'm honest, because you wouldn't really get to see it. Unless, do you think that would work? And then put the pocket down first, and then have that hiding. I'm not so sure. I do quite like the pocket being underneath though, and then the trim being on top, but not this particular trim. So let me have a look and see what else we have. So I have this one here. Oh, see, I quite like that, and I like it over top. That's the one I think I'm going to go with, because I think that, and I think I like it on the top rather than like that as well, definitely. So we're going to put that down there, and we're going to put that on top of that, and then we'll find some ephemera or something. It's going to have obviously something put in there anyway, so that doesn't really matter so much. So let me just trim this down a bit. Yay, we found it. See, sometimes it just comes together, and you know, sometimes it's purely by accident as well. So we want this as a, I'm going to ignore this flat bit because that's not really going to get used. I mean, we could have had it as a open up pocket like that, but that wouldn't really work. So I'm just going to close that down and have that as a tuck spot pocket, I think. So let me just stick some glue down on this, like so. Just going to stick that down, and then what I'm going to do is we're going to put this pocket down, make sure it's the right way because those flowers are going up, so I need to put this pocket on, and I think we're going to pop it down about there. Just need a little bit of glue there because that's just come up a little bit, and then we've got a lovely little tuck spot pocket there, and this is going to go on top like that. We just need to cut that down slightly. And we're going to pop that down like that. Yay, that looks lovely, actually. I like that. Right, let me get my glue gun. And we're just going to run. And that kind of goes. So we want a down there, and oops, got quite a bit there. And just going to take a bit of that off because it's a bit too much. And we're just going to down like that, and then I think we might need, just a little bit. That was hot. Like that. There you go. Oh. And now what I think I'm going to do, I'll find some ephemera to put on. Oops. Got my fingers all. What's this here? Got a little ticket there which looks quite cute. And I did think, I used the bird and I used this flower, so I was thinking maybe we could stamp this and cut this out and do like a little stamped flower there. So let's have a look and see. So I want this one here. I don't know, this might work, it might not work. Let's have a look anyway. Okay, so my camera just cut out saying that I'd had no storage, so I just had to put a new SD card in my phone. So we're using this indigo blue flower stamp because I do have the bird and the butterfly and that on some of the cards. So I thought I'd try and keep a theme going here. And let's have a look, see what happens anyway. It might not work, it might work. If it doesn't work, we'll put something else on it. But as this is a craft with me video, I thought we would do our trial and errors together. So we do that, and oh, I don't know where my snips have gone. Now this might work, it might not, so I'm just going to, oh, these scissors are not my best ones. In fact, I don't like these scissors at all. Wow, these are not the sharpest. I will have to hunt out my other ones. I've got 2 pairs actually of Stampin' Up snips, and they are just amazing. And I took a pair on holiday, and I can't find them now, which I'm quite upset about because I actually love them, and I know that my other snips are by my bed because I sit at night watching the telly, cutting things out. And sometimes Charmin's like, for goodness sake, all I can hear is snip, snip, snip. He doesn't really, he doesn't mind. I just don't switch off. I find it very difficult to switch off from crafting. Even when I'm not crafting, I'm thinking what I can be doing, you know. Oh, too many ideas, too many great things to do, too many projects out there. Right, let's have a look. I'm going to distress this first. It might work, it might not, is what I keep saying. So let's have a look and see. Just give this a little bit of distress there. I might find something for the centre of it. I might not. Let's have a look and see. Oh no, now I've just lost the ticket that was supposed to go on there. Oh, I think I quite like it actually. And then I don't think the ticket works now though, because it's the same colour. So what I might need to do is find something else then to go on here, but I do like that. So let me go and get my little box that has all my little bits in, and I will come back straight away. Right, I'm back. Now I couldn't find my little pot of ephemera, because if you could see my craft room right now, you would be screaming at me going, oh my goodness me, do you know what, I've just looked and it's there in front of me. You would be screaming at me going, Chanel, what are you doing? Now these are all little bits and pieces that I have either got, you know, free downloads, or the Tsunami Rose, and lots of other goodies here. Now actually I'm trying to find something that will work with the theme that we've got. So we have these other little tickets, and that's a bit big, that hides the image. We've got these little tickets, not so sure. Let's have another dig around in here and see what else we've got. I've got little books that I've made. I've got, there's that bird again actually. I quite think we should have a bird, I think, because we have little birdies. That one doesn't show up. Oh, and I think that might be quite cute. Let's have a look. Right, okay, so we have this lovely little tag and we have this gorgeous flower there. I'm not sure. See, sometimes you just know that something goes, and other times you're like, I don't know. Right, I was going to show you this anyway. These are some of the Tsunami Rose printables, digital kits, and these this one is called Charming Fragments, and these are very good if you just want to cut out. You can use it just as it is, or cut out little bits of ephemera, you know, if you want like a little thing. I mean, that would be quite cute, that ticket there, but because it has the corner bit missing out. Oh, unless we had that like that, maybe. The thing is, I've got to try and cover that flower up and the oh, that might work, you know. See what happens? You have a brainwave. Let me cut out this ticket a minute. I'm just going to cut it as it. Oh no, sorry, I've just cut into that one, but never mind. Let's have a look and see. Now that would go there. Ah, there you go. See, we got there in the end. You just have to have a look sometimes. So these are all my bits and pieces. Look, there's one of my ladies that I've cut out, ready to go somewhere. A bit too big to go on that one. Oh, we should have had another lady on there, really. Right, we're going to keep that as it is. Don't confuse yourself, Chanel. So, oh my goodness me. Since I've been doing these junk journals, OMG, the place is like a bomb site. I have, if I go to my right, I have boxes of one thing. Behind me is material. Then, oh my gosh, I just have bits everywhere. So we're just going to stick these down. Oh my goodness me. Right, I'm just going to put this down with hot glue. No messing around. I'm going to have that poking over a little bit. And then we're going to put this down. I don't know whether to do a nice diamante center or something. I'm not quite sure. We'll come back to that. But I like that as it is. I like the way that that's hanging out, and I'm quite happy with that page. What do you think? You'll have to let me know what you think, everyone, because I like it, and it's probably hanging down. Oh, slightly a bit too much there, but darn it. We should be okay. But I probably should have done that up just a little bit more, but I do love the way, yes, that worked out. Yay. So that is another page done in this journal. So I hope you've enjoyed this process video, and another page done. So we're another page nearer to giving this as a gift. So I hope you've enjoyed it, and I shall see you all very soon. Take care. Bye bye.